Hey guys, Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana today with an incredibly impromptu video. I literally just hit record. I've got CardLadder open on my screen. We're going to look at some of the features that often go overlooked in CardLadder, but that can provide some serious resources and information for you to make better decisions as far as investing, when to buy, when to sell, what to buy, what to sell. So we're going to take a little bit of a closer look at the indexes, and we're also going to look at something. I'm going to switch you over. We're also going to look at the daily sales recap and some of the features on CardLadder that you can look through to see cards that are going up, cards that are going down, and kind of try to make sense of stuff like that. So I've got CardLadder's main page pulled up here. So this is the dashboard. Obviously the dashboard is the first page you come to. It shows you the daily sales volume. You know, the first thing that's going to stick out to you when you look at daily sales volume is you're going to see these massive spikes, right? And these massive spikes usually coincide with a PWCC or a golden auction ending, because that's going to contain a lot of very, very high-end cards. And so you'll see these are usually perfectly spaced out 7 days apart, sometimes 14 days apart, just depending on how big the sales were. Those are usually ending on I think it's a Saturday or Sunday. I'm not going to say all of them do, but I think if you checked it out, most of them end on a Saturday or Sunday, and they're going to coincide with golden PWCC weeklies. Obviously, you got your Robert Edwards, your Mile High, and things like that. And then occasionally you could get a crazy spike if someone sells an absolute monster on eBay. But that's just kind of gives you a look at your daily sales volume. I don't find that super helpful at all because of those spikes. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe the average daily sales volume would be interesting to know over the course of a long time period, but this doesn't really provide me personally any useful data. But down here, CardLadder also has, total sales, the daily sales, right? You can see how much I've sold that day. You can click over here, view recap, and it shows you all the cards that hit all-time highs. So you also get, I don't know about you, but when you're a CardLadder Pro member, you get a daily email with like a little blurb showing a picture and record-setting sales, for all the various sports. And sometimes it's not even sports. Sometimes it's wrestling and things like that. But you'll get that every single day. Well, if you wanted to see more than just the 7 or 8 or 9 that they send you, you can go here and you can check out all of these record sales, up here. I mean, it's crazy stuff, like a $47 1970 O.J. Simpson base PSA 1. I mean, it's pulling data and throwing it at you. So there's more than enough data that you would ever need as far as cards that are setting records. They even have some excluded sales where there's something fishy about it, where they're vetting that data to determine that that it is in fact a solid sale that got paid for, and it even gives you a little explanation down here of why those are in excluded sale purgatory. So that's just kind of a little blurb that I wanted to show you on their daily sales recap. And then if you scroll down, and this is something I just don't do often enough, but if you scroll down even further, you can see which cards have gone up the most this week. And what's funny here is card number 1 is a raw 1994 Grant Hill, because it sold for $2.50. So they don't distinguish or filter certain dollar values or anything like that, but you can do that yourselves on CardLadder. You can pretty much manipulate the software to yield information in any format that you need. But they have biggest fallers. Nico Mannion sold for a penny, so it's down 100%, right? The last one must have sold for 2 pennies. But anyway, that's that. I really wanted to talk more kind of about the indexes and just take a little step back and let's take a look. So the first thing that CardLadder does is they have a CardLadder 50 index, which just kind of it gives you a CL50 value. Then it's an amalgamation. You like that word? It's a confluence of 50 different cards across different sports and different eras, and they kind of track the value of those cards as 1 or 2 of those cards change from day to day. And that's the CardLadder 50 value. That doesn't really apply to me because, as you guys know, if you watch my channel, all I talk about is basketball cards. So this is the index that matters to me. So I've clicked basketball. You can look at the basketball index. This is over the last 3 months. This is information that's helpful. It is up 2.85%. You can even look at which cards are included in this basketball index right here. Okay, we're going to go back there in just a second, but right now I just wanted to show you that you can manipulate this. You can look at the basketball index over the last 2 weeks. It's actually down, right? It's down 1.27%. that doesn't really mean too much to me, but over the 3 months and the 6 months, it does. Over this last 6 months, despite popular belief and everybody saying the sky is falling, these are mostly base prism lovers. The basketball card index with let's see, how many cards? 12,503 basketball cards. Again, sometimes it's the same card in different grades, but 12,503 data points is up 9.43%. So for all of those people out there that keep spewing venom and negativity and telling you that the sky's falling, the hobby's crashing, Panini ruined it, cards are nosediving. Yes, some cards are nosediving. I'm not going to sit here and argue with that. But some cards are explosive and setting all-time records. I mean, I see it every single day. It's not always my cards, but I see it every single day. But it's up 9.43% over the last 6 months. So that's encouraging. If we look at it over the last year, this is going back to just at the end of that first quarter 2021 bubble, right? We're exactly a year from the last day of March of 2021. And it's actually up 0.97% from then. If we look at it from 2 years ago, it's up 474%. This is not one card. This is not just a certain card. This is not just Jordan or just LeBron or just Ja Morant. This is 12,503 cards, basketball cards, that are included in the CardLadder index. So that's a good big picture approach to me, and that means a lot to me. What I like to look at, though, let's take it a step further. You can look up the index for any player you want to. So we're going to fart through and kind of meander through some of these different players. It's really funny because they've got it right here. They give you the players that have gone up the most during the month. And right now, Moses Malone is dominating Deshaun Watson. Obviously, Deshaun Watson sort of got his legal stuff straight. I don't think he's totally done with the civil side of it or the NFL suspension side of it. I don't follow football, but I'm not really sure. Excuse me, there's a lawnmower going outside right now. But and Moses Malone, as you can see, has gone up 501.94% over the last month. He's got 54 cards in the CardLadder. My guess is that explosion was fueled by those two Moses Malone PSA 10 rookie cards that sold together in the PWCC Weekly Auction. I'm not sure, but I think it was Weekly Auction number 9. I'm not sure, but I did a recap on it. But 2 of those cards sold for 6 figures, or right at 6 figures, which was an insane level of growth from the past Moses Malone sale. So you got Moses Malone leading Deshaun Watson, leading Bart Starr of all people, leading George Mikan, right, the first great big man in the sport of basketball, leading Ed Too Tall Jones, one of my heroes from the 70s as a 70s baby. I remember the Ed Too Tall Jones Coke commercials. Maybe I'm thinking of Mean Joe Green. I think I'm thinking of Mean Joe Green, where he grabs a Coke and throws a jersey to a kid. But Ed Too Tall Jones was probably his arch rival. That's what it was. So it was the Steelers Cowboys in the 70s. Like I told you, I'm not a football guy. Alonzo Mourning is up 54.8%. My guy, Anthony Simons, is not even playing. And in the last month, his cards across those 20 cards listed in CardLadder are up 50%. Tiger Woods up 42%. Jerry Rice up 42%. O.J. Simpson, of all people, up 40%. De Bruyne, Doc, LT's finally getting some love. Chris Mullin cards are going up. But that just gives you an idea of what you can look at. But what I want to look at is Michael Jordan, right? So I'm going to pull up the GOAT himself. Over the last month, let's take a close look at the Jordan stuff. So here's Jordan over the last 2 years. Surprise, surprise. He's up 392%. For every dollar you invested in Michael Jordan, you've earned about $4. So 100,000 becomes, 500,000. But over the last year, what are we looking at for Jordan? He's up 11%, pretty consistent growth. If I invested in anything and knew I was going to make 11% a year, I'd be thrilled, let alone 400% a year. Over the last 6 months, his rate of increase for the 1,595 cards. Remember, guys, we're looking at 1,595 cards. This is not just his Fleer rookie. Obviously, his Fleer rookie is nosediving, right? We know not only in PSA 10, but in most grades, his Fleer rookie is going down. I think a lot of them have flattened out. I think the 8s have flattened out, at least from what I saw. The 9s probably as well, but the 10s are still going, they undulate. But overall, over the last year, they've gone down. But he's got, 1,000 450 or 1,500 other cards that we're looking at here. All of the rare inserts and parallels, all of the base cards, all of his star cards in various grades. And so this is just a huge conglomeration of all of those Jordan cards, giving you an idea of what Jordan generally is doing across the board. You definitely do need to take a closer look. And if you want to take a closer look, okay, I want to see which Jordan cards are going up and which Jordan cards are going down out of these 1,595. Well, depending on how many minutes in the day you have to devote to this, you can click the button and you can look. You can sort it by, this is every card. This is going to be 1,595 cards, and I can scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll forever, okay? But I'm going to take you back to the top and show you an easier way of doing this. If you want to look at which Jordan cards are going up the most, if you're, let's do it this way. Let's say you're a person who likes to buy the dip. I want to see which Jordan cards have gone down the most, right? So we're going to hit value. Nope, that's not right. That's going to sort it by, we're going to go to, let's go to monthly percentage change, and let's go, and those are the ones that have gone up the most, right? That's the Mod Squad, the 96 Ultra Effort Base, whatever. I want to go to the ones that have gone down the most, because those are the ones that I want. I want to buy the 97 Ultra Gold Medallion because it's down 80% over the last month. I like to buy the dip, right? If I'm that buy the dip guy. I like the Skybox Premium Center Stage. It's gone down. How about the Quick Strike Raw? And now again, you always have to keep this in perspective. How many of them sold? Was it just 2 data points? Was it 30? Is this a trend or is it just a one-off? You've got to kind of pay attention to that stuff. Then you've got to look at the actual sales. Well, was it a Raw that was in absolutely awful condition that somebody had spit up some food on? Was it missing a corner? You know, whatever. But you can kind of flip through here and really derive some data. Like here's a beautiful piece right here, right? So here's the 92 Fleer Team Leader PSA 10. That's a huge Jordan card. I don't know the pop on that, but the beautiful thing about CardLadder is you can just click the damn thing. There's your pop. Pop 48. There's 48 PSA 10 1992 Fleer Team Leaders. That's one of Jordan's earliest inserts. That's a big card. That card, if you look at it, there's your 45%, negative 45% over the last 6 months. What were we looking at? We were looking at the last month. And there it is. That's why it's 58.01. You see down here, 58.01. That's 2 data points. It sold for $7,200 18 days ago, and the last one sold for $3,000. We want to know why. Let's look and see. Well, one sold on Golden, right, with tons of eyeballs. This one sold on March 20th, 8 days later, for $3,023. Maybe it wasn't centered as well. It sold on eBay. Maybe that's a factor. I've clicked it. Here it is. We can go look at the actual card itself. So I'm just kind of giving you guys a glimpse of the million different things that you can do on CardLadder. You know, if you're trying to track that data and the index and kind of figure out big picture what's going on with Jordans, I really like this method here of finding which cards have gone down the most and trying to use those super low comps to pick it up and add it to my collection if it's a card I don't already have, right? Or even for an investment purpose. If you're just a flipper, you're just in it for investing, right? I'm not, but if you're just in it to invest, maybe you can go pick up this PSA 9 96 Z-Force because it's gone down 50% in the last month. So it's showing you $50. If you can go pick this card up for $45, maybe you flip it. Maybe that was the last one was a one-off, but the seller doesn't pay attention to the CardLadder index. So the seller thinks $50 is the right price. You pick it up for 40, you sell it for 80. Now you've made a few bucks. It can be done, and it can be done on big cards. It can be done on small cards. You know, there's a lot of data to derive from looking at this index. The one thing to keep in mind and to remember is that if you're looking at the you know, at the Jordan index, where did I go? Let's go back. If you're looking at the Jordan index, oof, I should have typed in Michael. Here we go. Michael Jordan. Whoops. Jordan. There we go. All right, so we're back in the Jordan index. We're looking at the last month. The thing to remember about Jordan is look at the big picture, right? You're going to have months with where Jordan goes down, just like you're going to have months when ultra modern prospects go down. But this is the beauty of the index. It shows you the sales volume as well, which, like I said, I don't derive too much value from. But this I do derive value from. This rate of growth is, to me, super important to kind of get a big picture perspective of what's going on in the market. But like we talked about, going into cards and just modifying this filter right here, there's just so many things you can look at. I mean, you can sort by pop. I mean, there's a million things. Like you can sort by, based on pop. These are all the pop 1 cards that have sold, right? I mean, you can sort it by anything you want. You can sort it by pop, and you can sort it by highest to lowest, lowest to highest. You can sort it by market cap. Which card had the highest, market cap? That's the lowest to highest. Let's go highest to lowest. This is definitely going to be okay, there you go. So there's your Classic 61. Your Jordan PSA 10 is next. If you want to just look and see what the Jordan PSA 10, I mean, you could always just plug it into the dashboard in the beginning, but there's what the PSA 10's done over the last year, right? It's down 43%. But if we check 6 months, it's down 30%, so it's starting to flatten. If we chart 3 months, it's about the same. If we go to 1 month, it's now only down 9%. And if we check 2 weeks, there hasn't been 2 sales. So, we can see that decrease from the 86 Fleer PSA 10 cards start to flatten. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to show you guys today. And like I always do, you don't have to look up Michael Jordan, right? This is a Jordan-centric channel, but you can look up, let's look up my guy, Anthony Simons. And again, I have a zillion Anthony Simons, so I'm warning you all, I love Anthony Simons. So there's an amount of transparency there. I'm biased, I don't know what else to tell you. But these are the Anthony Simons cards that CardLadder has in their database, right? And so these are the cards that they're tracking to form that Anthony Simons index. And the Anthony Simons index is going up. Now, primarily, look, it's going to be his Prism, it's going to be a couple of variations of Prism, and it's going to be his National Treasures. I actually just sold this card in this exact grade. That's actually probably the card that I sold just out of curiosity. Let me look at the last 6 months. Yeah, I think that was that's my private sale. Nope, that's not my private sale. I think I sold mine for way too little. Let me go to 1 year. I don't know. Maybe mine didn't get pulled. But anyway, just to give you an idea, you can look up anybody. So not much to this video. I just wanted to introduce you to the indexes on CardLadder. I've talked a little bit about it in the past. I'm going to start doing a little bit more on this, where I'll start to do some videos on specific prospects. And I'm going to do some videos on specific Jordan cards, that are going up, that are going down, that I think might be good buys. Again, I'm never going to give you investment advice. I'm never going to tell you to buy a card or to sell a card. I'm simply going to say what I am buying and what I am selling, or what I might buy or what I might sell, and you can do whatever the heck you want. I've had a pretty good bit of success in recent years, buying and selling, buying low and selling high. So again, for what it's worth, hopefully this video helped you guys and you guys got something out of it. Again, I always appreciate you guys watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, hit the like button if you like the video, and hit the bell icon for notifications. I drop a recap of every PWCC auction on Mondays. I drop a preview of every PWCC Weekly Auction on Thursdays, which I might move back to Fridays. And then also on Fridays, I release an Explore the Card episode for all you Jordan market lovers or people who want to get into the Jordan market, where we look at a specific Jordan card and we take a really deep dive look at it, the population, the history, the various grades, where it can be bought, where it can be sold, how many are available, the history of it, what set it comes from, all kinds of stuff. So I think a lot of the Jordan collectors have given some great feedback about that, and they really enjoy those videos. Those videos are a little bit longer. They're about 25-30 minutes each, but we really take a real close look at one particular Jordan card, and each Friday explore the card episode. And then I'm always doing just videos like this throughout the week where stuff comes out. I'm also doing mail day videos where I just show you guys what I'm collecting, what I'm putting in my PWCC vault. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.